Hello, my name is Sean, and welcome to the Student Show, a show where we chill, laugh, hear someone's story, and become a family together, a family for everyone. Like I mentioned before, my name's Sean. I'm one of the student pastors at Mountain Christian Church, and I have one of my good friends, another student pastor here at Mountain, a church in Maryland, joining me. It is Chase Boyer. So everyone, let's give Chase Boyer a huge welcome. Drop some comments. We're so glad that you are here with us. Do you have any wise words or anything you want to say as we kind of kick off the first ever student show with you and me together?
There we go. I have no idea what I'm doing, hence why I was just muted. So there it is.
Hey, we're learning this new technology. This is the second ever student show, and we're so glad that you are here with us tonight. Chase, one of the things that we love to do, I mean, I know you love to do this too as well personally, but is to watch TikToks. Isn't that awesome?
I love watching TikToks.
I was going to say, it's just one of my favorite things to do.
TikToks.
It's one of those things that I end up doing it for way too long, and then I look at the clock and it's like, oh shoot, it's 1 a.m. I should probably go to bed now.
No, but you're exactly right. It's bad. It can get bad sometimes. My worst days are when I'm staying up way too late watching TikToks.
I was gonna say, and then it rolls over to the next day. So let's watch some TikTok videos together, and then that way you don't have to watch them later by yourself. We can just do it together in community and have a little bit of fun. And don't worry, we curated some of the best TikToks. Right, Chase?
Oh, yeah, we did.
So how about we go ahead and dive into this first one. This one might give you some memes from Echo and Collide this past semester. And it's just a really, really enthusiastic TikTok. So let's go ahead and take a look right now.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
The enthusiasm is crazy.
I want to do at the movies now, don't you?
I was going to say, I think we should figure out, is at the movies something that you would like to have come back next year? Like, is it something that's still worth doing? I mean, the enthusiasm here. It's better than the Bad Flute edition.
So honestly, this year's at the movies, like with Big Church and students, was amazing. It's all across the board. It was so much fun.
I say it was great, which kind of brings us to our next video. Our next video will bring you back maybe to some school memories, because let's kick it back to a teacher who just maybe doesn't know any boundaries? Question mark.
No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't wait to get out of here. I'll see you at the movie.
To you.
Man, it gets me every time. It's just so weird.
Shake it.
Just so much booty shaking. And if you like read the caption, apparently there's a distinction between an up and down and a side to side, and it's just way too much detail for me.
Sean, have you ever done a whiteboard thing like that, or like a chalkboard thing like that growing up?
A little bit. I prefer smartboards. Smartboards are awesome, but I prefer whiteboards over chalkboards for sure.
Dude, I did not have a single smartboard in my education that I remember, other than college.
See, the memory that I have from a classroom is one of our teachers. She would let us use hand sanitizer and wipe it all over the like thermometer so that it would immediately start warming up the room, because it would trick it into thinking the room was really, really cold. And that's probably one of my best memories from one of my teachers. And she had a smartboard in her room. Speaking, though, of smart boards and booty shaking, we thought it might be a good time for us maybe to get just a little bit more serious. Are you ready for this, Chase? This video,
Oh,
I
I'm
love
so
the
ready.
reaction that you had to this one when we first watched it. I think that everyone should get a chance just to see this next video.
All right, let's see it.
Let's do it.
Everyone, pray for me, okay? Kenz, I left my phone in your car. Can you grab?
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Well, this is not gonna end good. There she goes, walking down the street. Come on. Oh, she's coming back. Did you find it?
You put this on my car?
Yeah.
That's why you wanted me to go get the charger?
Mm-hmm. What?
It's a weird thing to write a note about.
I just don't think we're gonna work out.
Seriously?
Kenzie.
Why'd you write it? Why couldn't you just talk to me about it?
Cause
So weird.
okay, but I just don't think we're gonna work out.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, if you want to, we can. We can work out.
You're so weird.
All right. Wow, that is yikes.
When did you figure out the exact moment with that one? Like, did you realize what was happening at all, or did it just like all of a sudden come and hit you like right in that moment?
Dude, I didn't catch it until right when he picked up the dumbbell. That's when I noticed it.
So, pro tip for those of you who might need to have this conversation, this is probably not the best way to go about asking if this is going to work out or not. Just a pro
But I
tip.
think this is a serious question. Are you allowed to break up with someone during COVID outbreak?
Ooh, that's a good twist. I think you should drop what you think in the comments on this, because I could be torn. Like, that's a really tough situation. I mean, there's a huge crisis going on. I mean, you're not committed in a sense of marriage, so I would think that you could, but you'd have to be really sensitive with that one. That'd be tough.
Or is this one of those moments where like you're dating someone and like her uncle gets really sick and like it looks like he may like pass away or something, and like you've been wanting to break up for a few weeks but now you kind of can't. You know what I mean? You have to kind of prolong it for a little while longer.
That would
Add
be
on the sadness.
so difficult. That is like one of the situations that I would not wish upon my worst enemy.
I'm definitely not speaking about that from experience.
Well, I think we should hear that story maybe some other time. But I think it's time for us to jump into one of my probably favorite TikToks. Like, this is top 5 of all time. What do you think, Chase? You ready to take a look?
You're obsessed with this one. This one's really funny, but like,
This was my favorite one.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones.
all right, let's check it out, shall we?
Let's do
You
it.
better hurry up and get that mess. Shaving cream. What are you gonna do with that? There's no way that's gonna work. 15 minutes.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna test something out. I just read that shaving cream will get out tomato stains.
Did you read that from the Bible?
No, I just watched the video over there. If this actually works,
Man,
you gotta
your
like this
brain
video.
and my brain are not very
It's
similar at
gonna
all.
work.
You're ruining the carpet.
I'm not ruining the carpet. You ready?
Oh my God!
Stop. Just wait.
Well, what do you know? What do you know? It didn't come out.
Didn't work.
Her reaction.
Carpet
Like, I
is
can't
just
imagine what Ashton would be doing.
destroyed. Dude, on a scale of 1 to 18, how angry would Ashlyn be if you did that to her house?
It would be like a 200. Because I purposely did it. If it was an accident, it'd be completely different. But to purposefully do that, that'd be crazy.
Dude, we don't have any like carpets like that. We have like a little play mat. It'd probably just wipe up.
Well, just imagine, like, I just love the wife's response or girlfriend's response, just in the sense of like, where did you read that or where did you hear that from? The Bible?
From the Bible. It's actually in the book of Sean Cole, chapter 5.
I mean, trust me, I'm not taking that risk. That was a huge risk. Speaking of interesting risks, some people have gotten really creative here about trying to get their McDonald's coffee. Let's take a look and see what lengths will someone go to get coffee from McDonald's during this quarantine.
Good morning, are you guys open? Alright, cool. So I just placed an order for regular small coffee. Yeah, right. But the only thing, I'm going to pick it up with the drone. Can you take it outside?
Wow, what commitment to McDonald's coffee. Now, this would be different maybe if it was Chick-fil-A coffee, but can you just imagine flying and can you imagine the conversation if you were working at McDonald's? Hey, I'm looking for some coffee. I'm not outside though, but I put in my order. Can you just take it outside to the floating basket? Like Chick-fil-A, I would assume would take that extra step. McDonald's, I'd be half worried that they wouldn't give me my coffee.
My question is like, why are you going to McDonald's for coffee when you can go to Starbucks for coffee?
I was gonna say, if you're spending all this energy and time, like at least go for like a $7 latte. Like that might be worth it, like a Frappuccino or something a little bit more substantial than probably coffee that costs like $1.
But for real though, that's pretty rad. I kind of want to buy a drone, and I really want to give this a shot.
I was gonna say, I'm all in. Maybe we can do this. We live 140 steps away. Maybe we can have just a drone be sending messages back and forth for us.
Like
That
a paper
would be kind of
clip on
fun.
a string.
Maybe. Speaking though of quarantine, I think we're ready for our last TikTok video. This brings me back to 2005, which means I would have just finished or just started middle school. And so these are the songs that I started middle school with. And so let's take a look at life in 2020 through 2005 songs. Let's take a look.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pop Culture Ruin My Name support group. I'm Karen, your group leader. I'm seeing a few familiar faces out there, which is great. Donald, Isis, Dexter in the back there. Hi, guys. I'm not seeing Katrina. Is Katrina? No, she couldn't make it. Oh, well, we won't let that rain on our parade. I'm sorry. That was too soon. Moving right along, I would like to introduce our newest member, Alexa. Everybody, warm welcome for Alexa. Alexa, why don't you tell us a few things about yourself? Hi, everybody.
I'm
My name
Amazon's
is-
Alexa, designed around your voice. I can provide
you kidding
information.
What a trip back in memory lane. There's so many good songs there. Do you guys know some of these songs? Let me know if you guys know some of these songs by just letting us know in the comments. What songs have you heard? What songs from the year do you know maybe? Have you heard before? Chase, where were you? How old were you in 2005? Like what was going on in the life of Chase?
There's a funny story to this because I played the wrong video.
Oh, you played the Alexa one.
I did play the Alexa one.
Which is pretty funny because that might just be a good thing to dive into a little bit.
That's hilarious and really funny.
I was going to say, there's a really insensitive joke there about Katrina that feels like it's just a little bit too soon.
Yep, and I am ready for the video you wanted me to show.
Well, let's just, without further ado, jump into that video because I have so much more to say about this video.
Here we go.
So much more.
What day is it? And in what month? I walk alone, I walk out. My shadow's only one that walks beside me. It's called Switch. Let's get it going. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. I'm so caught up, got me feeling it.
2 step. I love it when you 1 2 step. Everybody 1 2 step. Going
Look at this photograph.
I'm barely hanging on. Here I am once again.
So now let me know in the comments if you've heard these songs before. That would make sense why there was no one commenting, because you're like, I don't know what songs you're talking about, Sean. You're a little bit crazy. Sometimes I have to admit I do get a little bit crazy, get ahead of myself. But how many of you guys know any of those songs? So that was middle school Sean. Chase, where were you in 2005?
That was a sophomore, junior-ish, something like that.
So this was
Going
high
to my
school
se-
Chase.
Yeah, this was high school Chase. The 1 2 step, recognized that one pretty well.
So what was like,
good
if you had to
times.
pick like one song from that, was like, this is the song that Chase jammed to in high school, what song would that be?
Oh, dude, you can't ask me that. I listened to everything. Like, there was not a genre of music I didn't listen to, except maybe country. Never really liked country.
Man,
I vibed to
yeah,
everything.
I'm in that boat too. And I grew up in Indiana, so like that was what was playing on the school bus every morning.
Dude, you
Just
don't
country.
know any music. It is funny how little
I was
music.
gonna say I'm really bad at music, but
But you
I'm
like it.
really good at talking to the Alexa in my house. So my wife and I have this competition where Alexa listens to me really,
Let's get you
really
a
well.
shot.
And so we're going to bring in our brand new guest for tonight. We don't have to go very far because we are going to have someone very special on our show to Chase. Let us welcome on the student show, Amanda Boyer. So Amanda, welcome to the student show. We're so glad that you are here with us tonight.
It's good to be here. I'm excited.
I'm saying, as our special guest, I think it would be nice for everyone just to get to know you a little bit. And so we know that you are very quick on your feet. But before we kind of dive into this really fun game that I'm excited for, tell us a little bit about who you are and kind of what you do.
So, I am a physician assistant. I work in an emergency department in Baltimore. It's lots of fun.
So I'm guessing you've had to think pretty quickly on your feet in some of those situations, being in the emergency room.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to kind of lean into a game where it's going to be something we like to call Ask Siri. And so I have some words and I'm going to say to you, and your goal is to get Siri to respond by saying that word back. But you can't so for example, let's just do an example. If we wanted you to say, let's just go with trombone. So if we wanted Siri to say trombone, one of the things you could ask Siri is say, hey, what instrument did Bill Clinton play? And if Bill Clinton played a trombone, you would get a point. If not, you would get no points. And there is like an automatic win if you can get the first word that Siri says to be like the catchphrase word or the magic word. Are you ready? You ready to try? Do you have your iPhone ready for this?
I have my phone.
Perfect. So let's start off with an easy one. You ready for this? Bubbles. So think for a second. What are you going to ask Siri for Siri to say bubbles? And if you have any ideas in the comments of what you would say, go ahead and drop them right now. But Amanda, it is time for you to ask Siri. So let's go ahead and ask Siri and see what Siri has to say, and try to hold Siri up to that microphone so we can hear Siri's response for bubbles.
I'm so blanking.
There's so much pressure in this live show, especially because I just want to hear what Siri says when she says bubbles, because you can't say bubbles in an angry way, right? I mean, if you try to say bubbles in an angry way, it's just like bubbles. Bubbles. It just doesn't work. Like, you can't say bubbles in an angry way. And so let's go ahead and kick it off. Amanda, do you have maybe something for Siri to see? Let's just try it. I was going to say bubbles might not have been the easiest one. So let's go ahead and take a look.
what's a good outdoor activity for kids?
Here's what I found.
Aw, just a bunch
Is
of
there any
images.
bubbles on the screen? If it's on the screen, we'll count it.
So it's like lists of like 60 summer activities, 300 and however many summer activities. It's not like on the
Man,
front screen.
that is such a bummer. Let's try another one. I think we can try this one. Let's see if maybe we can try the word guitar. Let's see if we can get guitar to work. I was going to say this might be something to where we find that Siri is not the superb virtual assistant, because Siri sometimes is just really, really frustrating with this. So let's see if we can get guitar to work on this one.
What is an instrument that you strum?
I found this on the web.
Is there guitar on the screen?
Are you serious?
There's no guitar?
No,
Man,
it
Siri
has
is the
an
worst.
auto harp, a zither,
What?
a banjo.
But no guitar.
No.
That's crazy. Okay, this is the last one, and if this isn't working, I just think we can blame this on Siri. I mean, Siri is not helping us out here. 0%. So let's try the phrase peanut butter. Peanut butter. Let's see if you can get that phrase. I mean, I don't know about you, but go ahead and drop your favorite peanut butter brand. My favorite peanut butter brand of all time is Jif, because choosy moms choose Jif. I mean, it's just a fact, and that was what my mom chose. So, Amanda, do you have something for Siri to at least pop up peanut butter? Because at this point, I think you and I are in the same boat. I think we're just really mad at Siri because Siri is failing us so bad.
Well, you were talking about Jif, which was what I was going to kind of go with.
Well, go for it. You can go for it. Yeah, try it.
Where can I buy Jif?
Okay, check it out.
It
Did it go with
has
stores?
GIF. Like, so I'm getting graphics stores.
So I just want to say that this is a really proud moment for me, because I think we just said that Siri believes GIF is spelled GIF, and it's not pronounced.
That does answer another very heated debate.
I mean, I'm glad about this because I'm on Team GIF. So are you on Team GIF or Team GIF? I'm on Team GIF right here. Man, let's just say, I think next time we do this, I think we need to lean in on Alexa, because Siri just is no good right now. Don't you agree, Amanda?
Yeah, that was zero help.
Yeah, Siri's not very helpful. But speaking of helpful, Amanda, you kind of mentioned that you work in a hospital, and you're in a position that I didn't even know was a position until I met you. It's called a physician assistant. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So what does that mean? Because it sounds really cool.
So I have a master's in medical education. I work alongside the attending physicians or doctors. I see patients, I diagnose conditions, treat diseases, perform minor care procedure, working alongside them, but I work as an extension of their practice. So I always work with a collaborating physician to where if there's anything that's beyond my level of training, I have someone I can kind of lean on to help me.
So in some ways, what it sounds like is you pretty much are a doctor without the doctor title and maybe just a little bit of training.
Yeah, so if you're looking back at like the history of the profession, it was a way for military medics to reintegrate into civilian life, and they realized that this was a really great way to address physician shortages in the country. And so we just kind of step in, and we're trained as generalists, so we know a little bit about a lot of specialties, and then we get on the job training with a collaborating physician, and they kind of train us in their way.
So it's definitely Sari's fault, because that just sounds really stupid, stinking smart. So what's it like being in a hospital right now? I'm sure that our students probably know someone who's a healthcare worker, whether that be a nurse, a physician assistant, a doctor. What's it like right now in a hospital?
Weird. Most hospitals are restricting visitors because we are seeing a lot of patients with coronavirus, and so they want to try to reduce exposure to other people who would then be going back out into the community. It's kind of death by emails because there's so much information coming at you so fast that sometimes policies change multiple times a day. And so you're just kind of trying to stay on top of what is the latest information. People are actually doing their job to help flatten the curve by staying home. So a lot of the like routine elective procedures and stuff like that, those have been postponed. So we're seeing lower of our normal volumes in the emergency department, and gradually more and more patients concerning for coronavirus infection. Yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. It's kind of like there's a blizzard or a hurricane coming, and you've looked at the forecast and you know it's going to be real bad, but you don't know how bad, and you're not entirely sure when it's going to hit. So a lot of waiting.
But it sounds like, for the most part, people who take the preparation seriously of this idea of staying at home, like, it's creating in some ways the best case scenario, in the sense of, I mean, obviously we're not looking forward to what's coming, but it's not like we're completely unprepared in ways.
Yeah, I mean, I think the right steps are being taken, and the more we can kind of slow the spread in the community, the more we buy the hospitals time to address the needs that we're going to have.
So staying at home is very, very important. So I encourage you, if you kind of thought about maybe going somewhere, hanging out with a friend, it's really important for all of us to stay home. That's part of the reason why I'm not at Chase and Amanda's house. We're only 140 steps away, and here we are chatting over virtual technology to make sure that we try to stay as safe as we can. So thinking about that piece, thinking about trying to stay safe, I'm sure you and your fellow healthcare workers are trying to do everything they can to also keep themselves safe. Kind of, what is the climate right now with your fellow healthcare workers? Are they kind of in this point? I mean, I can't imagine of being in this kind of state of readiness and not knowing when it's going to hit, and just kind of constantly coming in, getting ready. I'm sure that's kind of in some ways demoralizing or discouraging.
Yeah, I would say we probably in any given day experience the entire range of emotions. There's a lot of days that we're good most of the day, and then sometimes some fear or anxiety sweeps in. There's lots of, everyone has their different coping mechanisms, and so there's a lot of dark humor that kind of circulates, and yeah.
So say we have a student who knows someone who's in the healthcare field. How much, kind of being in that constant state of stress, how helpful would it be if we try to come alongside and encourage you and your fellow healthcare workers, and what maybe would be some ways that we could do that?
Oh my gosh, yes, please. Just well-being checks. Like, hey, how are you doing? How are you coping with all of this? How's your day today? If it's someone that you know and can like shoot them a text or something, that's awesome. We've also gotten some encouraging notes and letters from people in the community that they've just delivered to the emergency department or to the COVID command center for our hospital. And it's just nice to like when you know that you're walking into a situation where you're putting yourself and your loved ones at risk, to get little glimpses of the why.
Man, well, I'm sure I'm not the first one to tell you this, Amanda, but I just want to say thank you for everything that you're doing on the front lines. For you to be able to put you and your loved ones' lives in risk means a lot. And I'm so grateful to not only know you and Chase, but also call you both close friends. And I'm so grateful to know that there's people like you helping keep us safe. And I can't imagine what it would be like. Like, it just would be so cool to see just this outpouring of love and encouragement for people in the healthcare field. And so, what would it look like, students, if we took some time to do exactly what Amanda was asking, or what kind of Amanda was saying in some ways? She was saying, hey, just check in, ask them how they're doing. Can you imagine just talking to them as they come into work or as you see them, just asking them, hey, how are you doing? How much could that maybe change their day and maybe give them some extra fuel to keep going? Well, like, to even take it one step further than that, what would it be like if you wrote a letter, just, or a quick note? Maybe you drew a picture and just said, hey, thank you for what you're doing. We're so grateful for you. Imagine the encouragement that we could give our healthcare workers if we did that. And even maybe to do a home run type thing. I'm sure you would take a box of cookies, like homemade cookies. Like, would that also kind of be a little bit over the top in the sense of that would be very encouraging, like just some sort of baked goods, just for, like, if you knew a healthcare worker and just kind of was handed that?
So in any other climate, I would say absolutely. But we don't necessarily know who it's coming from or what the cleanliness and hygiene standards are in their home. There have been people who have ordered pizzas. That's been awesome. Anything that comes from a source that their kitchen is inspected and they're following appropriate procedures.
So not homemade cookies then.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah. So what you're saying then is you should probably not just send something to the hospital, because that's probably not going to be helpful. It's probably going to get thrown away. What you're saying is find someone you know personally and ask them, hey, can I have a pizza delivered, or can I have a Chick-fil-A nugget tray delivered to where you're working? Is that kind of maybe the home run type thing?
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
I was going to say, I'm just thinking now of a Chick-fil-A nugget tray, and it's not Sunday, it's Wednesday. And so I'm like, that might be something I might look into tomorrow. For me, but also for you, but for me too. So thinking about ways that we can encourage our healthcare workers. One, just ask them how they're doing. Two, write them a note of encouragement, and not necessarily send that to the hospital, but give them to a healthcare worker that you know, because we all know different healthcare workers. And number three, don't make home baked goods. Buy them or have something delivered from a restaurant so they know that they can be safe as well as they continue to put their lives on the line and keep us safe.
Workers.
And you're supporting potentially local businesses and other workers there. And so, Amanda, we have a question that we love asking every single guest that comes on our show. And so we're going to kind of end with these two questions. Amanda, it's so awesome that we know that not only are you being a healthcare worker on the front lines, but you're also a kingdom worker, and kingdom work never stops. So how are you being a kingdom worker right now in your kind of environment in your life at the moment?
So within the vein of what I do, I kind of went into it for a kingdom worker purpose. I wanted to meet someone in some of their darkest days and bring some light into that. And all the more so now because people are coming in very scared, for good reason. And just kind of being the person to be there and assure them of you're going to be okay. And if you're not, we're here. Because again, we're all feeling kind of isolated right now, and all the more so when you feel terrible and you're coming into the hospital and you can't have your family members or anything with you. So just trying to use that as a mission field there.
Man, that's so cool. Yeah, kingdom work truly never stops, and so awesome that you decided, hey, I love caring for people, and you were like, hey, I can do that by being a physician assistant, by being in a hospital, and now more than ever, you're able to kind of really lean in and live that purpose. Another question that we kind of want to finish with today. This will be our last question for you, Amanda. But what's something that God's been speaking to you or telling you? What's something that you've been hearing from God here in the last couple days?
So when all this really first hit, I had just this overwhelming wave of anxiety. I usually cope with my anxiety by learning more about the thing that I'm scared of. And then, my knowledge becomes bigger than the thing I'm afraid of, and I don't have to fear it anymore. But there's just so much information about this, and it's changing every day, and it got overwhelming to a point of being unhealthy for me. So one thing that I went back and was kind of reading through in my Bible was the story of Esther. And just kind of as a little refresher, she was a Jewish girl who found herself in a position of being a queen of the, correct me if I'm wrong, Persian Empire. Okay, I'm looking to Chase for verification here. And through a series of events, she found that her people were going to be slaughtered. There was a real danger to people that she cared about. And when her uncle came to tell her about this imminent danger, he was trying to encourage her, and he said, how did you come to this position of power, but for possibly such a time as this? And I think that's just a really big challenge to say, like, hey, yeah, it's big and it's scary and it's like a little bit dangerous, yeah. But it might be why we're here.
What a good word. Thank you so much, Amanda, for sharing that. Thank you for coming on the student show. You worked all day today, and then you kind of even just got ready for this right afterwards. You're just a great example of someone who is not only being a kingdom worker, but is someone who we want to look to imitate, really in some ways an everyday hero. And so, Amanda, thank you so much for being able to jump on the student show, for being able to share with our students, but most importantly, for you to be able to continue to put your life on the line to make sure that people have not only physical care, but in some ways they have a gift of hope that you bring. And knowing you, I'm just so glad to know that people who might need care have someone like you who's on the other side waiting for them. And so on behalf of our students, on behalf of our Mountain family, thank you so much for everything that you're sacrificing during this time to keep you safe. You're truly one of our everyday heroes, and I'm so grateful to also be able to call you a friend because you're inspiring.
Well, thanks for that word, and thanks for having me. It's good to chat with y'all, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night.
Awesome. Thank you, Amanda. Make sure you guys drop in the comments any other things that you might want to say. Thanks to Amanda. And most importantly, find someone in your life. I'm sure we all know a healthcare worker, and just being able to speak words of encouragement, words of just saying thank you, being able to just simply ask them how they're doing, or maybe even going the extra mile and having food delivered to them at their workplace, just to give them a little bit of a blessing, can just be so helpful during this time. Let's be people who provide encouragement, provide hope, and let's inspire those who are truly risking and sacrificing their lives during this time. We're just so grateful for them, and I'm just so glad that we were able to chat with Amanda just a little bit. I think Chase is joining us now. He's going to jump back in just for this last part, but man, you married really well.
That's the understatement of the decade so far.
So what would you say? Like, if you were a healthcare or not, so you're Chase, and you hear that someone went that extra mile and sent Amanda a meal through DoorDash, would that just be something that would kind of warm your heart a little bit, just even being a loved one of a healthcare worker?
Yeah, I think that anything that you can do to reach out, like Amanda said, to help. I know that I put on quite the campaign for our staff to reach out to Amanda early on as she was really wrestling with the first, probably week or so of just the anxiety that she was feeling. What you need to know about my wife is she's a social media person. She doesn't necessarily post like every day, but she's like on it, watching, lurking, stalking, creeping all the time. And when this kind of hit and was coming towards us, it got so bad that she had to delete her Facebook account off her phone because it was just too frequent and too like just interface all the time. And it was kind of scary to see her go through that. But what she said tonight was really great about, this might be the time that you're here. And this is kind of a great reminder of why you signed up to serve in this way. And it's been really cool to watch her just step up into who she's called to be and really risk a lot of herself and to make things right. So it's really cool.
So let's not forget that challenge, and let's be able to start having eyes to see those around us who could use a little bit more of encouragement. Thank you guys so much for joining us on the Student Show. As we wrap up, we want to make sure that you're subscribing to our YouTube channel. You're giving our brand new Instagram a follow because we have Students Everywhere coming this Sunday at 6:30. Chase, I think we have something special in store that we're trying to get some help from our students, right?
We are. So it's Easter, right?
It is Easter.
And when you think of Easter, the first thing you think of is probably Easter bunnies and Easter eggs. So, wait, it's not? No, okay. Well, we are trying to do the world's longest hand sanitizer egg toss. What we mean is we want you to grab an egg, grab someone in your family, go outside, squirt hand sanitizer, get your hands all sanitized, grab an egg, and chuck it as far as you can with your family member catching it without it breaking. The longest distance is going to win a prize this Sunday at Students Everywhere.
And the prize is pretty awesome. It's a DoorDash or Grubhub delivered combo meal from Chick-fil-A. So I'm just looking forward to trying to do that. Or what'd you say?
Chick-fil-A.
I mean, it is free Chick-fil-A, and it's not just like a Chick-fil-A sandwich. It is the full combo, fries, nuggets, a drink. I'm just thinking about the sweet tea right now, and that just sounds so good. But if you're interested in doing that, make sure you're participating in the challenge. Send a video when you're done to our Instagram, and we'll make sure to see who wins that challenge. Students Everywhere this Sunday, 6:30 is going to be a blast. Over 300 of you tuned in this past Sunday, and so we can't wait to see who's going to be there again. And so we're just so glad that you also joined us for the Student Show, a show where we chill, laugh, hear someone's story, and become a family together. And so as we wrap up, we have this thing where I'm going to say a statement, and then there's a statement that follows. I'm going to say we are family, and together we're going to say this family is for everyone. So we're so glad that we're with you again, Chase and I. So we are family. This family is for everyone. We will see you next week on the Student Show or at Students Everywhere on Sunday or Instagram or YouTube. See you next time, students.